In this video, I'm going to share with you how Reiki radically changed my life and how it can change yours too. Why I'm so passionate about teaching Reiki. See, I used to be the good student. I followed a path. I went to college. I got my master's degree in administration. And by the time I was 30, I asked myself, what is it that I truly want? Because this life that I've created for myself doesn't make sense anymore. At least it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to everyone around me. I had a partner, security, job, a committed relationship I could project myself into, but I was not happy. This was not what I wanted. So Reiki really was the answer for me. For 5 months, I asked myself, what do I want? What am I passionate about? I was feeling very lost and confused, and I couldn't see a way out until I just felt intuitively. I had heard about Reiki before, and I knew that I had to train in Reiki, practice Reiki, and it would help me. If you're currently struggling because you're not sure if you want to make a big change in your life, you're not sure what you want, how to do it, you feel lost, I'm here to tell you that Reiki can help you. I helped the past 7 years hundreds of people through my therapies and mentorship to gain clarity about their desires. What is it that they want? What kind of life they want? Because I believe this is very important to ask yourself. What I've discovered helping others and myself is that there is only one thing holding them back, holding you back, me back, and it is the fear of not of failure. It's actually the fear of success, the fear of being the new version of yourself you know you can be and you want to be, the version of yourself that is confident, that is in a beautiful relationship, that is loving, that lives on purpose, that is rich, that has an impact on others' life. And this is scary to our ego mind, ego self, because it is unknown, right? So I know that Reiki, this beautiful spiritual practice and healing energy that you can use for yourself and for others, is a simple way to clear those fears so that they don't stop you from living the life that you truly want. If you practice Reiki every day, you're going to find the courage to actually follow your heart, follow your desires. You're going to care less about what people think. You're going to be more okay saying no. You're going to be more okay and comfortable letting go of people that are no longer aligned with your objectives in life, with who you want to be. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into this and how this practice that is originally from Japan can help you creating the life that you want, gaining clarity about what is it that you actually desire, what is your soul calling you to do, and how can you feel on purpose and passionate about what you teach, what you sell, your job, right? We all want this and be able to be compensated financially for what you're sharing. So let's dive into it. The first thing that I want to share with you is that the only way you can overcome the fear of being the magnificent self that you can be is to actually face this fear and jump in. Stop running away. Stop listening to the stories you tell yourself. to stay right where you are, same job, same people, that's not gonna allow you to grow and expand into the woman, the man that you're meant to be, the leader, the creator, the creative, the visionary that your soul is here to be. So Reiki is a very simple method that you can use to shift the way you think and the way you feel. It works through prayer and intention. We become this magician because we're able to learn about energy so we can use it for our own highest good. It's a practice that you can use for yourself for personal and spiritual development. And it is also a practice that you can use to help and serve others. So it's a 5-step process. It's very simple. You can learn all about it watching my videos and taking a course to actually be attuned to Reiki, which means that you become a channel for this specific frequency that is going to help you and others in their highest interest of all. So what it changed for me is, the first thing I think about is that before Reiki, so when I was before my 30, I'm 37 now, I was someone that was very negative. I was complaining a lot, and I was a lot in the victim role all the time. I was rarely satisfied. It's like, oh, there is always something wrong. And that's a pattern of mine. So I need to be aware. Now I can catch myself when I go into this, but it was very automatic. It's like always something wrong, always complaining. And so what it was doing is that I was just not living my life. I was not able to enjoy what I had. I chose to live in Mexico. I was born in France, and I was living in this amazing country with many beautiful things to be grateful for, but I was never happy. And having a spiritual practice really helped me to connect to gratitude. It helped me to connect to something that was outside of me, that was greater than me, the divine, the universe, source, however you want to call it. I was not religious, so I never had this relationship with something greater than me. And this really helped me to detach from my drama and be able to tap into an energy that is very loving. That's what my clients always say. It feels very loving. It's an energy that I believe maybe we're not even able to tap into between humans. It's really something that we're able to feel from the divine. It's the energy of unconditional love where there is no judgment, and you just feel that you're accepted, you are seen for who you truly are, and it brings so much peace. I started to heal myself. I started to be less criticizing and judgmental. So I shifted from, blaming, complaining, to actually now I can look around and I'm like, wow, I'm so lucky. I got to follow my desires. I'm proud of what I've done. I've created a business that gives me the freedom that I want, that allow me to live in a tropical country by the beach. It makes me happy when I go to the beach every morning. I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I followed my heart and I committed to my growth and to remove my old patterns. So that's one thing that Reiki can help you with. It helped me a lot with that. And it's constant, right? It's like every time I up level and okay, now I want to be this version of myself. And constantly it comes back and I need to do the work again. But wow, if I look back, I'm a totally different person. And I'm so happy about my life today. In the past, I was not able to say that. It was just like, oh, my life sucks. My relationship sucks. My job sucks. So first thing. The second thing I want to mention to you that changed a lot of things for me is that I am much better at managing my emotions and not letting my emotions stop me, hold me back, create drama in my life. Now I can look at them, accept them, love them. I can observe myself from above. And this helps tremendously in your career and in your relationships. In the past, I was just not able to have a healthy relationship with someone romantically. I was just so attached to my emotions, especially anger for me was an emotion that would come up a lot and I had no idea how to deal with it. I was just ashamed, but I was pretending I was okay. So I was using anger like I am strong, but it was destructive. It was very destructive. And so I would create a relationship where I would be codependent. I would be with someone like reflecting back this judgment and anger and shame that I was feeling within me. So having a spiritual practice, and more than a spiritual practice, also a healing method like Reiki. Reiki is really this high vibration that you're going to be able to channel, to receive. You're going to allow yourself to transform from within, and it's going to transform your environment. So it's like saying, I'm ready to let go of my old identity. I see you, I thank you, but now I want to experience something different in my life. I want to experience joy, I want to experience success, I want to experience love, compassion, and this is growth. And most of us, our ego is going to stop you from doing this. Your ego is going to hold you back. Your ego wants you to stay right where you are with the negative people that are around you or toxic people that are not going to help you grow. And they're not uplifting you. They're making you feel small. And yeah, it's limited. And yeah, that's how is life. And what if you allow yourself to be this expansive version of yourself? So that's how managing my emotions helped me. With Reiki, you can really detach and observe yourself, and it's so empowering. So empowering, especially if you're a Scorpio like I am. Emotions are so intense that it's very difficult to not feel trapped and attached to them. So if you're water sign, you may be Pisces as well. It's just very difficult to not feel a victim of your emotion and sensitivity. Reiki is definitely going to help you with that. So that's the second thing that really changed. And so now I'm able to have relationships with little conflict, like my romantic relationships. Since I started Reiki, it's like much more mature, and I can talk about my feelings, and I'm not so reactive, and I'm more compassionate. So that's very beautiful. Something else that changed for me that is very beautiful, and I talked about it a little bit already, is that in the past, I was very disconnected from my passions and desires. I was never asking myself, what do I want? And I was telling myself, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I would just find logical answers to make decisions. Instead of what Reiki allows you to do is to go within, close your eyes, breathe, and then ask yourself, your soul, your spirit, your higher self, however you want to call it, your heart. If I could have anything, what would I do? What do I really want? If I don't listen to any voices that are out there on social media, my friends, my family, my ego mind, what is it that I truly want? And Reiki is to me like an amazing tool to be able to connect to yourself, to your desires, to your passions, and to be able to find clarity about what is it that you want, what is it that you're being called to do. And often it's something that is scary. It's not like, yes, and it's easy and I'm gonna follow my dreams. And it's scary. It's very scary. And that's how, again, Reiki can help you. Reiki is going to give you the strength, the courage to make difficult decisions. When I left everything behind, I left the city, I left my job, I left the possessions that I had, I left my boyfriend. It was scary, but it was so exciting because it was coming from within me. I just knew that's what I had to do, even though it was not making sense and I didn't have the answer. It was the unknown. I really jumped fully in. That was my heart desire. I wanted to go to the beach. I wanted to have a month with myself to meditate, practice yoga. And I just knew that after doing this and investing money, time, energy into myself, I would be guided. And I did. After those 3 weeks, I was like, yeah, okay, now I know I want to stay longer. Okay, how can I stay longer? And then opportunities came to me because my intention was clear. I didn't know what I would do. I didn't have clarity about this, but I had clarity about my desire. This is where I want to be for at least the next month. And at the beginning, that's like this, it's step by step. Okay, now I want this. The next month, I want this. The next 6 months, maybe. And just commit to this. And as long as it comes from within, from a deep desire, you're going to be guided and supported. And Reiki is going to help you tremendously because with Reiki, what I teach is for you to be able to connect with your spirit guides. We all have spirits that are there. And maybe at the beginning, it's just yourself, it's your higher self, your own spirit. But maybe if you're learning from me and doing any psychic development course that I'm offering, you're going to be able to tap into these different consciousness that are they're just there. Your spirit guides, they're there waiting for you to open the door. And that's one of my gifts, and that's one of the things that I love the most to teach, because I see people unlocking this ability to connect to their spirits. And it's very beautiful. They're like, no, I never had vision in the past. I was never able to see anything. And I'm like, really? Like, you just described me very clearly what you were seeing, and this dragon that was white with big wings and green eyes. And you're telling me that in the past you were not able to see anything? And so for me, it's like still amazing to witness this. And so if it is something that you want to explore, I really invite you to get attuned to Reiki, because what it does is that it's going to elevate your vibration. So you're getting closer to higher your vibrations, to divine beings, light beings. It's going to help you a lot. You're going to stop being afraid of spirits and the spirit worlds, and you're going to see the magic of being able to connect with them. So I love this about Reiki. And then you're able to see the signs, the opportunities, and you just, I hear so many beautiful stories about magical signs. And like one I can think about right now is when I went to Costa Rica 2 years ago, I think. for only 2 weeks. At some point, I felt intuitively, I felt that I may stay longer. I was like, okay, so maybe I'm meant to stay longer, but no, how can I stay longer? I have my apartment in Mexico and I just came for 2 weeks. So I just had my backpack, like it was not making any sense to my logical mind. But I started to receive signs and I did a tarot reading with a friend and I picked the card like new home, new job, and the other card like don't worry about money, just ask for help. This was an angel deck. And so the next morning I woke up and I prayed. And Reiki is really going to help you surrender to a greater power and believe that you're guided. Stop wanting to figure out everything on your own. There are greater forces. It's going to be very clear what you're meant to be doing. And so I prayed. I'm like, okay, I'm surrendering right now. I'm going to trust. If I'm meant to stay in Costa Rica, please help me rent out my apartment. And if I do, then I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay for 3 months because I have a tourist visa for 3 months. And that's it. I'm going to trust. You won't believe what happened. 2 hours later, I received the first text message from the woman that was renting my apartment for 2 weeks. I didn't tell her anything. She texted me and said, hey, Julie, I really love your apartment. I want to stay longer in Mexico, in Sayulita. Do you know of anyone that is renting out her apartment? I couldn't believe it. I laughed. And that's what happened when you tap into Reiki and into a greater power and source. It becomes easy if you follow your heart. And I was like, okay, well, I was scared. I was like, okay, let me come back to you. I'm actually thinking about staying longer in Costa Rica, so maybe you can stay longer. When would you like to leave? And I thought, maybe she want to stay 2 weeks longer. No, she wanted to stay 2 more months. Plus the 2 weeks, it was basically my 3 months I had, in Costa Rica. So I was like, okay, that's not it. I asked her to give me some time. I would confirm her the next day. At the end of the day, the same day, someone else reached out, another friend that had just rented a place. And she was like, you know what? It's a rainy season and this place is not good for me for the rainy season. I'm looking for a place. Are you still renting your apartment? I couldn't believe it. Like now I had 2 people interested. I ended up renting my apartment and I stayed 3 months in Costa Rica. Opportunities came to me. I was able to run retreats in Costa Rica. I had the best time. It was amazing. So that's how Reiki also changed my life. Like now I can trust. Now I can ask for help. Now I don't let my mind stop me, telling me, you know what, you cannot stay because how are you gonna spend all this money and have your apartment there, and then you're gonna spend money in Costa Rica? Like this is not reasonable. Well, now you have infinite possibilities and you're going to train yourself to be open to miracles, literally miracles. Also physically, I've been able to heal injuries so fast. It was not making sense. It was just happening. And I've seen it for my friends, my students. It's going to happen for you if you trust, if you practice, you just train yourself. It's just about transforming and becoming someone else. So that's why I'm so passionate about Reiki. My brother transformed like tremendously from being this angry person, victim of the system, of the society, to now becoming this entrepreneur and being so passionate and motivating, getting up in the morning, being like, I can't wait to go to work. I'm so like enthusiastic about this new project. And I'm like, yes, that's what it does. That's what Reiki does. It transforms you. It takes you from powerlessness to feeling powerful and passionate. So if you want to try it, like, I have the most accessible offer. I can promise you, if you stick to the practice, it's going to change you. Like, someone I was talking to 6 months ago, she trained in Reiki. She was feeling depressed, and like very confused and lost. And like, she trained in Reiki because she felt the call. She followed the call. There was a training opening up for her like 2 weeks after talking with me, and she was like, yes, I'm in, I'm gonna do it. And already she started to feel better. She was texting me, I'm already feeling better. She did a training. 6 months after, she's texting me, hey, I've started my business. Now I'm a Reiki practitioner and I offer Reiki. And I was like, yes, she's a nurse. She's a nurse. She was just feeling like, burned out and negative. And now she can connect to this, so many things, like to this new world, the spirit world. So if you feel the calling, if it's something like the energy you always be curious about, check the description below. I have the Reiki level 1 training online that you can do at your own pace. It's digital. You sign up, then you have access to a platform. You can watch my videos. You can learn. There's the PDF course that is available to you as well. You learn at your own pace. And when you feel ready, you book a session with me on my calendar. You're like, I'm ready for the attunement. You will have 1 hour with me where you can ask questions. We can practice anything that you don't feel certain about. And then I'm going to attune you to Reiki level 1. The attunement is a ritual, so it's just a meditation. I'm going to be guided, and I'm going to draw Reiki symbols so you become this channel. So you're able to channel this specific frequency for yourself or for others. You will see that the Reiki level 1 is really focused on the relationship with yourself and with God, with the universe, with source. You're going to learn how to do a self-treatment. You're going to learn hand positions that we use in Reiki to send energy to ourselves. But also, since the first level, you learn how to give Reiki to others. So you're able to channel this energy and send it to someone else in person. That's the first level. You have all the tools, the process that you need to learn, so you're able to channel this energy and receive guidance. You're going to receive guidance. You're going to develop your intuition a lot. You're going to be much more connected to your emotions, to your desires. So it's very beautiful. It's very easy. The course is about 2 hours video, I believe, and it includes healing that I've recorded for you as well to help you in the process, and bonuses that you can have access to. So read the description below, check it out, it's really worth it. And then if you feel called to follow the path of Reiki, there are 3 more levels. The second level, you learn Reiki symbols that are going to enhance your practice. You're going to be able to channel more energy, have more powerful sessions for yourself and for others. You're going to learn that you can heal karmic patterns, things that really hold you back on a soul level, things that may have happened in past lives. You can also have an impact on your future. It's very powerful. And the third level, we work more on our spiritual body. So it really is going to help you access higher consciousness, maybe new beings, new spirit guides that you couldn't have access to in the past. And you're going to just keep healing and shifting your internal reality. You can say goodbye to old patterns, addictions, things that you see in your life, maybe around money, around relationship. It's very powerful. And then if at some point you feel called to teach Reiki, then you will be trained in Reiki level 4. This is when you become a Reiki teacher. So it can be a new source of income, but not an income if it's like me. And obviously, everyone I teach there feel passionate about it, and they want to share this tool because it helped them a lot. So you're going to feel on purpose, and it's going to feel amazing to receive a financial compensation for sharing what you have learned and your experience and the tool that is Reiki. So if you're curious about Reiki, you want to try it out, enroll now. Don't let your ego stop you. It's only $97. That's a really good investment that you can make for yourself. You're going to have a method that you can follow. You can do it every day. It can be only 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. But as long as you commit to this practice, I can tell you it's going to change your life. You can start there, and then you will know if you want to learn more. If you're like, wow, this is amazing, now my anxiety is much lower, I feel more confident, I feel more myself, my relationships are changing, please contact me and share with me what you have witnessed after being attuned to Reiki. I'm going to suggest you to train and practice Reiki for 3 weeks after the attunement, and you're going to see the transformation already happening. So I hope it was inspiring. If you want to learn more, check out my other videos and on my channel. Please click the subscribe button and like this video so you can help me share this wisdom with as many people as possible, so we can all access greater levels of joy, of purpose, and accept the life that we want for ourselves and claim it. Please claim the life that you want. You have access to it. I love you. See you in the next video.